Gatundu, what would be your response to that?
I think it is very unfair for Madam Esther to throw so many balls in the air, because we are discussing the issue
we got a short time.
No, we are discussing the issue of the invasion. And first, let me correct Steve. There was a court order, a search warrant was therefore processed from that.
It was vacated.
Yes, it was. Let me finish. I did not finish the flow of your...
If it was vacated, you say so.
So there was a court order by a magistrate,
right,
and it was that court order that was used to go and access the house. So that is
access the house. Then, what about the manner in which the house was accessed?
Then there was the second issue. You know, even the auctioneers, when they want to go and carry out their whatever it is that they want to do in a premise, and it is locked, or there is resistance, or there is some kind of blockage, they always go back to court and get an order. They ex parte. That is that order that they used to go to police and get some sort of reinforcement or help or assistance. So there is nothing. I don't see what is the big deal. Merely because it is Wanjigi's house. The order was vacated. Merely because it is Wanjigi's house. It's no big deal. It is being done all over whenever there is resistance.
But the order was vacated, Gatundu, and at the point when the order was vacated, the security guards at the house still said they could not take that order because they still had orders from above. How would you address that?
The order from above was obviously from the magistrate. No. So I agree with
we had another order. We had another order pinned on the wall. We had Orengo outside, locked, trying to talk to them. Let me tell you something.
But they were able to...
you know, Murathe...
But they were able to get out. After the order, they got out. I can't remember the very hour that they got out, but eventually they got out. Even now, they are not there because of that order. So let us not demonize these police.
The incontestable fact... The incontestable fact is that there was use of excessive force in accessing Jimi Wanjigi's home. That was unnecessary, it's uncalled for. It goes against known international human rights standards for police or law enforcement officers. That we can't argue. And I think the police need to honor, they need to apologize. If they care for a perception, you know, police is concerned about building PR, that people should be able to be moved closer to the people. If you demonstrate raw power and you rely on fear and you rely on orders from above, that is not consistent with an image that promotes community policing, an image that seeks to alter perception about the police. If you can do that, and Wanjigi captured it right, if you can do that to the elite in this country,
then what about
the common man? You'll be crushed like a cockroach.
All right, now let's take a break. Let's hear from Dr. Mukwana on this.
I'm glad my younger colleague has seen that dimension.
Yes.
Because if he saw that dimension from the beginning, his argument as far as the IBC compliance or lack of it will shift. Because this is the environment within which the government is acting. Article 31 of the Constitution. Every person has the right to privacy, underlined, which includes the right not to have their person, their home, or property searched. It is constitutional. What has happened now, and that is what worries me when our friends like Alex hear no evil, see no evil on the way raw power is being exercised. Number one, we have a government which is now believing that as long as they control the state security forces, all is done. We have a cabinet minister who is in charge of police, who has actually said that because he's in charge of that docket, on the 26th, he'll allow a militia known as Chinkororo to slap NASA opponents, but he'll tell the police to look on the other side. So are we surprised that police are killing demonstrators? Matiang'i gets orders from his superiors. That is Ruto and Uhuru. This is unacceptable. Number two, they have, Matiang'i, led by Matiang'i, withdrawn a constitutional right to Honorable Raila and Kalonzo. You don't have to be a NASA person to see that this is wrong. A wrong is a wrong, whether it's against NASA or it's against Jubilee. And now, Honorable Raila is a very exposed man. Honorable Kalonzo is a very exposed man. I don't know what security they're using. I don't know if it's G4S or Hatari security. I have no idea. What that means is that we have a government which has said, Constitution my foot. So the Constitution is being defined left, right, and center. And some of our colleagues are saying it is okay. I can assure you, this country is not short of examples. In the 80s, Moi did the same. Others cheered him. When he turned against them, they are living examples. I don't want to go into details. Finally, Michelle, let me tell you something about what happened with Wanjigi. It is known that in 2013, Wanjigi, being a very, very successful businessman, as Esther has put it, bankrolled Uhuru and Ruto campaigns. For reasons which politicians only can understand, this time he has bankrolled NASA. The problem is that these guys are jilted. They feel that why did Jimmy leave their camp and has come on this camp? In fact, of the cameras, it is said that Wanjigi has faced other bottlenecks other than what we saw on camera. And the point being that NASA should be stuffed of resources for campaigns. Yeah. That is why Honorable William Ruto there has said that you lend letter versus a campaign than NASA. What is wrong if a fellow Kenyan is supporting other Kenyans for the political objectives?
Right.
In any case, where does Jubilee get their funds?
All right.